Hello again everyone. I know it's very close to the release of the Switch 2 Direct. There's fewer than 8 hours remaining, but I wanted to talk just a little bit more. First about the C button and then about my predictions for the Direct. Now about the C button, today's promo video in the Nintendo Today app highlights the C button very prominently. So it's clearly something that Nintendo thinks is a very important part of the console. There's not just that, but also the background music for the video, which I'll play now, is also interesting. Some people have been speculating that it could be some kind of background music for the console, and another specific person on r /Nintendo Switch 2, whose post I'll link in the description, has compared it to the call menu from the Wii U chat application, and I'll play those two pieces of music right now. I sort of see the similarity, and the C button meaning call might make sense, but I think it's still tentative, and that the C button makes a bit more sense meaning chat, particularly given Nintendo might not want a call functionality built in. They are, very family friendly and a bit protective in that way. But that prediction leads us onto the next section, which is the rest of my predictions. Now, starting with hardware, I think that C will stand for chat, as I said. I think the Switch 2 will have a 120Hz and HDR display, but it will unfortunately be LCD. It definitely is going to have some sort of mouse mode on the new Joy-Cons. I think that the Joy-Con sticks will be magnetic, so either a Hall effect or TMR stick. I think that the storage will be 128 gigabytes built in. And I think that the console will be able to output in 4K when docked with the assistance of DLSS, and that it will be able to output 1080p when it's not docked. I think that it will be able to do some ray tracing in a few games, and that the price of the console in the UK will be £350, or probably more likely £349.99. Now onto software. I think that the C button will bring up some sort of chat menu, or it will activate a chat function that differs in each game. I think that the menu will be, or the UI will be more like the 3DS or Wii U, so there will be more customization, there will be badges, folders, things like that, and that specifically there will be actual themes. I don't think there will be background music in the home menu, but I think there will be a new eShop app that's actually an app and not a web app, and that will have background music. Finally, onto games. I think that the new Mario Kart will be a release day title named Mario Kart 10, and I think that's because Nintendo will and do count Mario Kart Tour as 9, particularly given that all of the tour tracks in the Booster Course Pass are retro, in inverted commas, tracks which have Tour listed as the Mario Kart game of origin. I also think Metroid Prime 4 will be a release day title for the Switch 2, and that it will utilize some ray tracing. I think that there will be a new 3D Mario that's not called Odyssey 2, and that it will be releasing soon after the Nintendo Switch 2 is released, not on the same day. I think that there will be a new 3D Zelda teased. I don't know to what extent, but I think we will get a little bit of a mention, because they obviously haven't had enough time to create a new one particularly given that they might want to change things up after the previous two Breath of the Wild-like games. But I think they will have worked on something, and they'll want to tease us for what we might get in 2026, or more likely 2027. I also think that there will be a new Animal Crossing game that will actually have gameplay, particularly given the C button, the chat or communication that's rumoured to be a large part of the console, and that would fit in very nicely with an Animal Crossing game. I finally think that there will be enhanced versions of Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom and Super Mario Odyssey shown off, and they will be available at launch, and there will be no cost for people who already own the games. So that's it, except for I think it will release on the 15th of May. I think that there's a high chance that it will release later, but that chance is still just slightly less than 50%. So I will predict that it will launch on the 15th of May. And that is all of my predictions. So I hope that I will see all of you on my reaction live stream, which you will see on my channel is starting half an hour before the Nintendo Direct, and I will bring all these predictions with me and be crossing them off or ticking them as we go along. And that's it. I hope that you all had a very nice day, and that I will see you all soon. Goodbye.